All right, if you're a real estate agent, you probably have noticed the real estate market has shifted just a tad. So in this video, I'm gonna be telling you 3 things that I would do to survive the market shift. My name is Chris Colgan with eXp, powered by Place. And I gotta tell you, as someone who was in the '08 crisis and has been through a market shift, I probably am one of the best people to tell you what to do in this market because I have been through it before. And if you haven't, definitely watch this video all the way through and subscribe to my channel and comment if you have any real estate questions or any coaching needs. But number one, my business partner, Ben Kinney, talks about something he calls the yellow highlighter plan. So at the end of every month, I want you to go out and print out all your bank statements, whether it's business or personal, and you're gonna go with the yellow highlighter and you're going to eliminate as much as you can on your expenses. We all know as realtors, we get conned into signing up for everything, whether it's a $10 Loom subscription to a $2,000 Zillow fee, and then we're paying Zillow a bunch of money. So go through each month and be like, hey, look, you know what? Hold everything accountable. Do I really need this $20 Zoom subscription? Do I really need to be spending $2,500 a month with Realtor.com? And what I ended up finding out was, if I was spending $2,500 a month with Realtor.com, I went back and I would figure out like what was my true ROI. So if I'm spending $2,500 a month and my average commission is $7,500, and then let's say I only get 4 sales from the year, I'm basically breaking even. So is it worth me carrying that $2,500 a month when the market drastically shifts as it just did? You start to do that every month, and on your personal side, you are going to be shocked how much money you are spending and how much those little tiny fees add up. So definitely every month hold your money accountable. That's your money that you work hard for. And one exercise I like to think about is, if I'm spending, let's say $250 a month on something, how much work do I have to do hourly to pay for that? So, or how many houses do I have to sell? So if I make, let's say $200,000 a year, I make $100 an hour. That $250, I have to work 2.5 hours just to pay for that. So definitely keep that in mind as well. Number 2 is you're gonna have to triple your lead generation efforts. No more are people just calling you from the street and saying, I wanna buy a house, or you go to the bar and get a drink and the bartender says, I'm ready to buy a house. Deals are not just going to fall in your lap anymore, and I guarantee you don't have a lead generation problem. You have plenty of leads in your pipeline for sure. So go through all your old leads and start calling them and getting your database cleaned up, whether you have Chime, Boomtown, Brivity, or whatever. Go through those old leads and call everybody and start getting them in order. Get your database cleaned up and go through all those leads and call them like 3 times as much as you ever have. I saw something the other day where the top buyer agent on a team, she on average called people 11 times before she ever got a hold of them. So think about it, and it wasn't that many calls. She was making around 100 to 150 calls a day. It took about 2 hours a day, and she's making more money than she knows what to do with. More money than some team leaders I know, by the way, that she's netting more money than them. So definitely do that for sure. Number 3, your personal referral and database. For my business, that has always been my number 1 source of business. Get back to the basics. Start calling your database every month, asking them if they want a market report to see what's going on with the market. Make sure they know you were there. Have a couple client parties a year. It doesn't have to be a crazy rager. You can just have something at the local bar or a local brewery and have a lender split it with you. So maybe it costs you $1,000 and the lender pays $500, you pay $500. Start touching with your sphere of influence, and they will know like, hey, look, this person is making it through the market shift. They know what's going on, and at work or wherever, when people ask them about real estate, they're always going to refer you. There's plenty of strategies for that. I've shot previous videos on that as well. So definitely watch that video and I'll put it in the comments below. I send 1 monthly newsletter out to my sphere. I send a weekly email out And you know what? I also sent 2 market reports out a month. Rivety has a great feature built in where it sends them out just an update. And it's crazy how many people on my sphere go through that. And then they hit me up and say, Chris, do you really think this is what my house is worth? And then I'll say, you know what? Let me give you a more detailed CMA. So I make them a quick thing, takes like 5 minutes, and they're super appreciative. And then what I do for the client parties is I call them and invite them like 2 or 3 times. I mail them an invitation. I send them an email. I make an event on Eventbrite and Facebook. And honestly, I kind of hope they don't show up because some of my sphere people drink a lot of beers, but you know what? If they don't show up, it's fine because guess what? I'm the guy that invited them to multiple parties throughout the year. So who are they going to think about when they have a referral or somebody buying or selling? And that is definitely your cheapest ROI, unless you want to go start knocking on doors or calling expired, which would be my number 4 tip, is think of things that are cheaper to get business, like knocking on doors or calling expired listings. Now, expired listings, that's not something I actually do because you know what? I don't like doing it. And that's part of the reason why I have to do other things to make up for it. But if you're someone who likes to get up early and be on the phone, look at someone like Mike Ferry. They have free scripts and all that you can use to call expired listings, or there's door knocking strategies. And you can go into the most expensive neighborhoods and knock on doors and just like be annoying and ring their doorbell and hit their ring doorbell and talk to them through the video at this point, right? So you don't really have to do that much, but it gets you on the streets, gets your name out there, and the market is quickly changing, and I think it's gonna be this way for a couple years. So if you want real estate to be your career, definitely subscribe to my channel. We talk about nothing but real estate tips here for free. I'm not asking you to give me any money unless you wanna send it to me. Of course, I'll drop my Venmo in there, but I'm just kidding, by the way. But anyway, subscribe to my channel, comment. I'll see you at the top or from the top.